Oh, what did you do, dummy? What the fuck, Bailey?
She probably had no fight with somebody. She does that all the time.
She's got like a big old gash on her. Stupid.
Well, she's probably fine. She does not seem to be affected by it.
Can you decide what you're doing
No.
here? Do you want to get in my lap? Is that what you want? You want a lap?
I think she just wants to be in the way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. Right there is great.
Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats.
She was literally sitting there finally.
Well, she needs to face the camera and sit.
An extra 10 minutes letting her get positioned.
It's fine. We're fine. This is fine. This is Bailey. That's Rambo's butt. Duke is still off camera. And I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. With us tonight, Zach.
Hello.
And Peter.
Hi, I don't know why you're trying to do this.
I was trying to get her to, look in your direction.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't care though.
Whatever, guys. Stupid. So, let's see what exciting things I have for you this evening.
No, we're just going. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you?
No, it was just a weird ass awkward pause.
No. If there's anything Stephanie's bad at, it's segues.
We just do this.
And shooting video games. Those are the two things she's terrible at. Segues and aiming.
Yeah, I've been playing Ghostwire Tokyo, and I'm bad at it. Not to be confused with the times I was good at. Anyway, it's fine. I don't know, things are all weird now because, we're trying not to talk about things we would normally talk about as to show our support for the strikes and whatnot.
I'll try and get in this picture here for you.
So, our first article that I specifically pulled from Inside the Magic because Peter specifically said he hated them.
Because they're a bunch of bullshit.
So I thought it'd be funny.
They editorialize quite heavily. I will give you that, Peter.
So this first article is called "Things We Can No Longer Do at Disney World."
Have fun. Is it have fun?
No.
Oh, okay. As long as it's still the happiest place on earth, we're good to go.
Sure.
All right. What things can we no longer do at Disney World? Give me a list.
We used to get to do so many great things at Walt Disney World that are no longer possible. Changes and developments are forever occurring throughout Walt Disney World Resort in Bay Lake near Orlando, Florida. However, new and emerging experiences sometimes require tweaking, altering, or discontinuing a pre-existing endeavor. As a result, we've witnessed firsthand the end of many beloved formerly available services and activities through the years. Here at Inside the Magic, we're recounting a few of those previous on-site offerings that have since disappeared.
So they're going to talk about the natural changes that happen in business in order to make money. All right, I'm excited. Let's see what this list is.
The first one is monorail front seat rides. Utilizing Walt Disney World monorail transportation is a popular must-do for many visitors. Moreover, the service is free and features multiple cars with plenty of seating. But did you know you used to be able to personally request riding up front along the cast member tasked with piloting the monorail? That all changed in 2009 following a monorail crash in which a Disney cast member was killed. So, following best safety practices, Disney has since banned guests from riding up front.
I mean,
Oh yeah, it's so heartbreaking that has to stop.
I mean, that makes sense, but I didn't even know there was a monorail crash that killed someone. That monorail can crash? I didn't even know it could do that. I thought it was all computerized. I didn't actually realize there was a person actually doing something in there. I thought there was a person up there, but I thought they were more for show than anything.
No, they actually whoop whoop.
Yeah, they do shit.
Yeah. Well,
So, the safest thing is to put them in a costume that's hard to see in and make them drive around.
nah.
No, they're in they have full visibility. They have this. Well, I don't know about anymore, but I know back in the day they had a special captain uniform.
Yeah, they were basically looked like pilot uniforms.
Yeah.
I always try and sit in the front car on the monorail if I can. I want to see that person. And also, yes, use the monorail. Fuck the ferries. Fuck the ferries. We used the bus last time, though. Because we were on property.
Staying on property, yeah.
But yeah, if you get the opportunity, monorail all the way. F&A, it's a monorail.
Yeah.
It's dope as shit. The future is now.
Now.
Wish it was faster monorail and did better, but
Well,
it goes through a hotel. It's pretty dope. I'm sorry.
obviously, there are safety concerns.
Now go faster. Let's get a mag.
That's gonna fix the
I
problem.
want a mag level monorail. I want it to go 130 miles an hour.
Disney Lake swimming. Although so many Disney World resorts feature sandy beaches overlooking surrounding bodies of water, it's largely understood today that offshore swimming is prohibited on the premises. But that wasn't always the case. Until the late 1990s, guests were allowed to dip into their resort's corresponding lakes and lagoons. Over the years, however, people started getting wiser about the dangers of bacteria, uncirculated water, and the very real threat of native alligators in the vicinity. These factors eventually led Disney to ban swimming in non-designated areas.
They ever allowed it? What?
Yeah, it seems like it was a terrible decision to allow it to begin with.
They actually,
So far, these have all been just like, hey, this is a thing that we've been letting people do that's kind of dangerous. We should maybe stop that.
Yeah, they got brain-eating amoebas in Florida and alligators. Why would you be anywhere near that water? Fuck no.
Well, this was back in like the 70s and 80s.
I mean, I
also,
feel like
it's
in the 70s, 80s, people
I
knew
lost
alligators were in Florida.
Yeah, the alligators have been there since the dinosaurs and before.
It's not on this list, but Disney actually had a different like water park like before Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach, and it was like incorporated into the natural like lake in the area, and it would like reuse the water. That closed.
Yeah, they shut it down because of the brain-eating amoebas.
It's true. That's accurate.
Don't drink the lake water, is what I'm saying.
Probably don't drink any water that's like not from a drinkable
you're
source.
probably fine.
Okay. Parasailing at Disney World.
Parasailing.
This I actually did not know. Until 2018, parasailing at Walt Disney World was a popular recreational pursuit. In fact, over at the Contemporary Resort Marina, visitors could also enjoy a host of other water recreational endeavors on site at Sammy Duvall's Water Sports Center. These included tubing, jet ski rentals, water skiing, and wakeboarding. But sadly, after 20 years in operation, Sammy Duvall's Water Sports Center closed. Except for traditional marina boat runners, the aforementioned activities, including parasailing, are no longer offered anywhere at Walt Disney World.
Now she's censoring you.
Ma'am.
I mean, I guess it's probably a liability thing mostly on that one, but that actually would be really cool. I mean, I love water skiing and wakeboarding. I think that's if they had like they should bring it back with one of the cool cable parks. They have one in Texas, and it's literally there's no boats involved, so it's quote unquote safer. But and you like go over ramps and do crazy shit like that. I think they could probably bring that back in some way. That'd be kind of fun. But I've never been parasailing. I've always wanted to try it. It seems like fun.
It's okay. I did it in Key West.
Oh.
I can't help but think of anything but that one scene in Jurassic Park 3 anytime I think about parasailing. It's the worst Jurassic Park movie, but the dude gets eaten while he's doing
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I was trying to think of it. I'm like,
Well, it's
Which
actually,
one?
no, him and the
Is-
kid are totally fine. It's the people on the boat while they're in the clouds that get eaten.
it's not Jurassic. Is it Jurassic Park 3 or Jurassic World 3?
Jurassic Park 3. Did I say World?
No, you didn't. But I'm just trying to remember that scene, and it's not
It's the opener.
coming. I don't know. I got nothing.
To be fair, that is the worst one of all of the movies, so it's not like a huge surprise you can't remember it.
Including the Jurassic Worlds.
I like the Jurassic
Why are
World
you
movies.
spitting on me?
Like, unironically, I enjoy them.
Oh no, most of them are pretty good.
Yeah.
The third one is a little rough. Mostly because they had basically teased that the fact that the dinosaurs would be all over the earth, but they're like, no, we've actually already captured most of them and put them in this park again.
Well, no, I mean, not really. It's expressed that a lot of them were captured, but not nearly most of them.
Yeah, lots.
In fact, the ending of the movie is just like, we're just gonna kind of have to accept that dinosaurs are back in the world and it's part of life now.
Keep your dogs inside.
It can't beat the T-Rex no matter how hard it tries.
And then if it barks at it, y'all are all fucked, okay? Just fucked. He'll step on your house. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Big feet. Well, sorry, 3 toes. Here.
So what's next?
Snorkeling with sharks.
What?
That also seems like a bad plan just off the bat. Okay.
It sounds exactly how it sounds.
What kind of sharks?
Did you know that you used to be able to swim and snorkel alongside live sharks at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon? It was an on-site experience known as the Shark Reef, which allowed guests to gear up and plunge into a separate, unheated saltwater reef inhabited by leopard sharks, bonnethead sharks, stingrays, and plenty of tropical fish varieties. The Shark Reef opened at the water park in 1989 and was a beloved hit for many years. Sadly, though, it closed in 2016 due to the exhibit's maintenance and upkeep costs.
Yeah, the amount they'd have to charge you to be in there and do everything like that. I mean, those are relatively safe sharks as far as sharks go.
I mean, sharks all in all aren't actually super dangerous.
They don't really want to eat people.
No.
Unless they're a tiger head shark, then they just want to murder everything.
Oh yeah, tiger sharks eat everything. Yes, they literally.
I don't know what you are, but I'm gonna fuck you up.
They find them with like tires and license plates inside of their bellies. They will literally eat anything. They're basically goats of the ocean, except more evil. The serrated teeth. Yeah,
Next
don't
on
fuck
the
with a tiger shark. Still seems like a bad plan, just overall, though. I mean, stingrays can kill people too. We have evidence of that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You sign a waiver, fuck you. That's what the waiver's for, right? I don't know.
Sure. How about race car driving? Once upon a time, Disney World was even home to a one-of-a-kind race car driving pursuit. It came... Oh, sorry, my thing just did a weird thing. It came as the Richard Petty driving experience and took place on a former NASCAR racetrack that used to be located in the parking lot near Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. The Richard Petty experience offered everyday car-enthused fans the opportunity to ride along in a race car with a driver or take the wheel themselves, reaching speeds up to 165 miles per hour. But in 2015, the Walt Disney Company announced that it would be removing the racetrack due to needed improvements to be made to resort transportation services. The announcement came following a public tragedy in which an instructor was killed in a crash while a guest was driving. This likely impacted the initial decision to discontinue the experience.
I'm pretty sure you can still do that. It's just not associated with Disney anymore.
Yeah, that's still a thing.
I mean, like, we drove past one in Tennessee when we went there. But yeah, I guess it's not Disney sponsored now. But you can definitely still do the Richard Petty driving school. At least the driving school.
I mean, then they probably moved it somewhere because this sounds like it used to be on Disney property.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just no longer affiliated with Disney. And I think they did get rid of the portion where you could drive. I believe you can only ride along now.
That makes sense.
I mean, it's probably smarter.
Yeah, because people are stupid and fuck shit up.
What if somebody's suicidal and just drives into the wall?
180 miles an hour.
165. Come on.
No, it's up to 180 now.
Oh, is it? Dope.
I literally just looked it up. Yeah.
Dope. I'd go 200 miles an hour.
180.
Yeah, I'd go
Zachary.
200. They can't stop me.
At that point, you can round up. Yeah, I just wouldn't trust me to do that.
180 is close enough. The fastest I've ever been is 145, and I'm allegedly. We'll go allegedly.
Allegedly. Sorry, I had the little burpees. Disney Quest. This one made me sad because I never got to do Disney Quest.
The arcade thing?
What is Disney Quest? Can we get an explanation? Read the article.
Between 1998 and 2017, the site formerly known as Downtown Disney used to operate a massive 5-story complex loaded with awesome virtual attractions. It was practically an indoor theme park and was a great rainy day alternative. Among their numerous featured attractions was the chance to design and ride your own simulated roller coaster. But with Downtown Disney's revamping into Disney Springs, the decision was made to close Disney Quest. Following its closure, the complex formerly housing Disney Quest reopened in 2019 as the NBA Experience at Disney Springs. This latter stint, however, was unforeseeably brief when the COVID-19 pandemic closure sent it to an early grave.
Yeah, they don't even have the NBA Experience there anymore.
Yeah, that was like the really just expensive arcade thing that they had. There was a channel I watched called Defunctland that did a video on them.
I think it's the Coca-Cola store down there now.
I think so.
That's the only 5-story building I know of down
No.
at Disney Springs.
It was like all the way it was all the way at the end, kind of where Splitsville and the Cirque du Soleil stuff is.
That's where the Coca-Cola store is. It's literally on the end there.
No, you're thinking the Coca-Cola store is like right in like the middle-ish. This is like on the end, like all the way.
You're right. When we went there, the ESPN thing was still there. It just wasn't open. You're right. I remember where we're at now. Cool.
There.
Oh, what can I say? I'm an idiot.
There.
Wow. Really could have been a little more supportive than that.
Dine with an Imagineer. Another experience that's yet to return following the park closures in 2020 is that coveted opportunity to dine with one of Disney's Imagineers. Not so long ago, guests could reserve a spot for one of many ongoing available offerings, which most often took place in the Bamboo Room at the Hollywood Brown Derby restaurant in Hollywood Studios. These events were also sometimes held at Citrico's on site of the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. The meal came as a 4-course offering, but the real treat was interacting with the Disney great on a more personalized level. While we cannot confirm that this experience has been officially retired, we've received no verification of any Dine with an Imagineer 2023 dates nor any posted for the upcoming 2024 year.
Yeah, if I was Disney, I wouldn't make them do that either. That seems like maybe you should just do your job.
Yeah.
Well, that's like...
Also, they'd have to pay them to go to dinner, and that seems...
Well, that's like at NASA, where you can do the Dine with an Astronaut.
I mean, it would be cool, but yeah,
still do that at NASA?
I don't think astronauts should have to do that either.
Maybe they like doing that.
I don't know if there's really anything.
Oh no, Peter, I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me at all?
So anyway, we were talking about dining with an Imagineer, and I said it's like at NASA dining with the astronaut, and Zach was like, "That's dumb," and then he asked you what you thought, and then everything went to shit.
I think I started making fun of NASA.
Just in general? Okay.
Well, because it's like there's nothing wrong with the organization itself. I just meant like when you go to the actual like visitor center thing, it's like fucking nothing anymore.
You're not wrong.
I've never been to the one in Florida. The one in Houston's pretty fun.
It was.
It's fine. I think it'd be really great if you were like 8 again.
Right, yeah, probably.
I never got to go when I was 8.
You had fun both times we went.
They lost like a lot of their attractions and shit because it became less popular over time, you know?
Yes.
Well, I know.
He knows.
He's aware.
Sad that I never got to see it.
It makes me sad too. I did get to see it in its heyday, but I was like 7, so.
Well, that's literally the perfect time to go. What do you mean?
The first time I went, I was 18 or 19.
Yeah, but you also knew somebody who worked there and got to do some extra shit that most people don't get to do.
We didn't get to do extra shit.
I feel like you probably did.
You probably did secretly do extra.
We still have never ridden the tram.
That's because every time we go, we miss the tram.
Remember one time they had this like Star Wars thing going on where they had you play like Rogue Squadron in some weird like made up shitty pilot's chair with a flight stick. I was terrible, but I loved every second of it.
She almost got sick the last time we were there in the simulated like not Skylab, but basically Skylab experience where where you go inside the tunnel and it rotates around you.
Yeah, I can't do any of the simulated spinny, any of that anymore. It makes me so
You don't
sick.
even move. You stand on a still platform in the center of it, and it rotates around you, and she's just like, okay, I'm dizzy.
To be fair, that can really fuck with a person.
Yeah, you're old.
Always a blast to go through it, though.
It's not your fault. Sometimes it just happens when you get older.
Well, next on the list,
getting old.
The Spirit of Aloha dinner show. Disney's Polynesian resort used to feature a vastly popular dinner show luau, all-you-can-eat feast combo within its resident open-air Luau Cove Theater. But again, the 2020 closing saw the shuttering of this impressive offering as well. Even when things finally started to reopen, this experience remained indefinitely discontinued for a while before Disney officially confirmed that it would not return. Instead, the Luau Cove Theater was to be leveled so a new Disney Vacation Club expansion could be constructed on site. I don't know if you ever went to that dinner show, but it was cool as shit.
No idea what that is.
It was a luau.
If I did, I have no memory of it.
It was like the Polynesian and the whole South Pacific Islanders. They would do like a whole.
I mean, like, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying. Never went. Never even heard of it. Doesn't feel
Like I
it
told you
counts.
when we all went, like my memories of Disney when I was a kid are pretty iffy.
At best.
Yeah.
I went once, and yeah, mine are pretty iffy at best as well.
Yeah.
Excellent. Mickey's Backyard Barbecue. Barbecue. Barbecue! We're gonna get some barbecue!
BBQ.
Before 2018, this all-you-can-eat buffet feast and folly was a big deal. Offered on select night at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campgrounds, not only did it boast all the classic barbecue picnic favorites, but it even included character appearances by Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Chip, and Dale. On top of that, there was live cowboy entertainment and toe-tapping live music. It was a true party experience to get everyone dancing.
Did you mean Fort Wilderness?
Yeah,
That English word?
What did I say?
You kind of abandon it like you do some words.
Wilner.
You knew what I meant.
Wilnerdis. What is this?
What is this?
I've always heard that is a fun restaurant to go to.
Well, it's gone.
Well, no, they're just over at the Fort Wilderness place. Isn't there another one that's, isn't there another restaurant over there? No, that's the different one. It's the one with, it's like Dick's, but for kids. Dick's Last Resort. You ask for ketchup, the entire staff throws ketchup at you. Well, not actually at you, but they all bring it.
I don't
There's the thing.
think.
If
Okay.
you ask for a fork, they give you a giant fork. No? Okay, that was definitely a thing.
Which other former Disney World experiences do you miss the most?
I miss the original way that Test Track worked. Because that was the only way I remembered it as a child.
Oh.
Also, the Honey I Shrunk the Kids ride.
It wasn't really a ride.
I don't know. The things that I remembered from
4D experience.
It was like a little playground.
No, the 4D
the things I remember
experience.
as a kid are still there, so I don't really have anything that like, oh, I'm gonna miss this.
It was the 4D experience. What I'm talking now. It's the Ellen. They turn it into the Ellen Power show or whatever, and it's not even that anymore because they don't like Ellen anymore. Apparently, I don't know.
Oh.
She abused her employees.
I didn't say they didn't have good reason not to like her. I just said that was why that wasn't there anymore. That
I'm
one I don't
excited
miss.
for the changes to Splash Mountain.
I'm actually kind of excited for that.
Yeah, same. I'm here for it.
I mean, I do love the song "Zippity Doo Dah," but
I miss
I don't love the rest of that.
the Stitch ride. So it wasn't really a
Stitch
ride. It was
ride?
like an experience.
Oh,
It
like
used-
the how
It used to be the alien thing, but it was too scary, and then they turned it into Stitch's Great Escape.
Oh yeah.
like,
When did they change it to from the alien thing?
like Alien, like
Alien, yes.
like the Xenomorphs Alien?
Yeah, and then it was too scary, so it shut it down, and then it was vacant for a while, and then after Lilo and Stitch came out and became really popular, they made it Stitch's Great Escape, and then for whatever reason, they just closed it, and it's just been an empty
How did
building.
Disney have the rights to the Xenomorphs anyway?
Not the Xenomorphs.
I think it was just supposed to be like it's an alien. It wasn't.
No, like alien, like Sigourney Weaver alien.
That's the Xenomorphs. That's the name of the aliens.
But I mean, I can tell you with confidence, having actually been on that, that's one of the things I remember from when I was a kid. It wasn't a xenomorph. It was just an alien.
Okay, see, that's why I got a correction. That's why I tried to make sure. I'm like, none of that makes sense. They did not
Okay, well
own that at
that's
the
not
time.
how I read about it. So
I mean,
Okay.
I think they own it again currently, so maybe that's what they're gonna go for next.
Well, yeah, they bought 20th Century Fox Studios, so yeah, which I believe had the rights to the Aliens franchise.
Yeah.
I believe that was Fox.
what else is no longer
That had to be Fox.
there that trying to think.
I don't know. Davy Crockett's Island or whatever the hell it was.
Oh, Tom Sawyer Island.
That's the one.
I think you can still go to it in Disneyland.
I think they still haven't let you go back to
Okay.
Disney World.
So I can answer with confidence where this is coming from. The original design for the ride was to be an alien themed ride, but it was deemed too creepy, so they just made it a generic alien. Like it was originally going to be called the Nostromo.
But again, how does Disney have the rights to that? How would they?
I mean, probably the same way they had the rights. That see, I knew there was another one I was thinking of. The Great Movie Ride, which is now Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That used to be you used to go through like a bunch of different movies, like
like
from Casablanca, Alien, Indiana Jones, Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, back before Disney owned all them.
Like
Yeah.
maybe did Ridley Scott retain the rights to the Alien franchise and was able to let them use the idea and sell it to them?
I think it was just that Fox let him use it.
I mean, they probably paid him a bunch of money.
They probably like licensed, or they would have licensed it out if had it gone that far. Because it didn't. It became something else.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else was a really good one at Hollywood Studios? They used to have, I don't exactly remember what it was called, but it was like behind the scenes. And it was like kind of like a half walk through, half ride, like tram thing, but they would show you
it
how
was like the studio tour thing.
They would show you how they did a lot of like the special effects in different movies. And one of the really cool things is that on that ride, you used to be able to see Walt's original plane that he would fly on between California and Florida.
Oh,
It's kind of neat.
that's kind of neat.
They don't really do that at Universal anymore either. The backlot tour or whatever I think they used to call it at Universal.
Well, you can do like the Disney like tours again and stuff now. They just cost money, like a lot of money.
No, I meant like Universal also used to have a ride that literally you got on a tram and you would drive through the backlot, quote unquote, and they would show you all sorts of cool shit. That was just really mostly just nostalgia and props for movies. But I don't think they even do that anymore.
If we're gonna jump over to Universal rides, I missed the Jaws ride. That one.
Seriously, I missed the fucking Jaws.
I never went on it.
That ride was great.
Oh,
it was already gone by the time I went there for the first time.
When you went to the boathouse and then the boat started falling. Oh, that was dope.
It was so fucking good.
Love that ride. I was actually really, really disappointed when I went back with her the first time. And then we went to Universal. I'm like, oh, we gotta go on the Jaws ride. And she goes, the Jaws ride? There's no Jaws ride. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no Jaws ride.
I was like, that's for years.
Well, I was a small child when I went, and it was amazing.
And then he was like, we have to go on the E.T. ride. Is the E.T. ride still here? And I was
like, so you'd never been on it. And the E.T. ride is still there.
An E.T.
The E.T. ride's still there.
It's not going to be there much longer.
That's what I've heard, too. That makes me a little sad.
Talking about turn it down.
Fuck them. E.T. is the best.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, it's an okay movie. It's just fine. But the ride is honestly not that great. But
cool.
I mean,
the Jaws ride. The Jaws ride was fucking awesome.
No, the Jaws ride was legit. They electrocuted the shark at the end, and the electrocuted shark came out of the water. It was cool.
Yeah. I love that fucking ride.
It's a good ride. Solid work. The original King Kong ride was better. It was great too.
Is that the one where you were on like the like monorail thing?
Or I think it was supposed to be a cable. Yeah, it was supposed to be a cable car.
Yeah, cable car. Yeah. I remember that one. I liked them both, but I think I did prefer the cable car one.
Yeah, but they moved the Kong prop from that cable car one into the new one.
I figured.
It is the same prop at least. Which means it doesn't really hold up as well anymore in this day and age.
No, it does not.
Especially when you've already gone through like the 3D portion where they got a CGI Kong, and then all of a sudden you're like, here's my big awkward man in a monkey suit Kong animatronic thing.
Yeah. The
That's it.
actual not bad CG Kong in the 3D section versus that old decrepit thing.
I only half work half the time. Yeah. It was pretty cool when you were a little kid though, and it was doing that. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
absolutely.
scared the shit out of me. Let's go. It looks right in the window. You go over the. It's kind of like, it was kind of like the Peter Pan ride a little bit at Disney World, where it goes up and you're like you're up in the top of the buildings, but it makes you look like you're way farther above the buildings. You're definitely like on the ground. Movie magic, y'all.
All right, we're gonna take a hard left turn now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fun.
So, this is actually one that you sent to me, but I thought we should talk about it. This was reported by comicbook.com. Sag-Aftra prepares for potential video game industry strike.
I'm sorry, I zoned out super hard. What?
Peter!
Wow.
SAG-AFTRA prepares for potential video game industry strike.
Oh yeah, I've seen about this. There was a few companies that they like notified. Were
Rockstar Games,
basically
Insomniac.
Yeah.
Basically,
I think NetherRealm Studios is on there as well.
This article, I think the article you're looking at there might be a little bit older than the one he might have seen.
This was posted on September 1st.
It's more relevant, more recent than I thought it was, actually.
SAG-AFTRA, the guild that hundreds of thousands of actors belong to, including major movie and TV stars, is preparing for a potential video game industry strike. Earlier this year, the Writers Guild of America went on strike after being unable to negotiate terms for better pay and conditions with studios. The writers have been on strike since the start of May, and as of right now, it looks totally unclear as to when the strike may be resolved.
Never.
In July, SAG-AFTRA authorized a strike against major Hollywood studios, putting a stop to massive film and TV productions such as Deadpool 3. However, some exceptions have been granted for studios that aren't being struck. With that said, it looks like the video game industry could be next. SAG-AFTRA's board has voted unanimously to send out strike authorizations from its members for the video game industry. This means members would vote on whether they would want to strike or not should negotiations with the video game industry fall through. Notable companies that would be struck include Insomniac Games, Warner Brothers, Disney, Activision, EA, Epic Games, and Take-Two Interactive, Rockstar Games parent company. SAG-AFTRA is seeking better wages, protections against AI, and better working conditions such as vocal stress protections for those in the gaming industry. Negotiations with the aforementioned companies will start on September 26th, so the chance of a gaming industry strike will start to become more of a possibility by the end of the month.
Well,
The good news is Gearbox treats their employees well, so you can still enjoy their games.
hooray.
Let's see. Here we go again. Now our interactive video game agreement is at a stalemate too. Once again, we are facing employer greed and disrespect. Once again, artificial intelligence is putting our members in jeopardy of reducing their opportunity to work. And once again, SAG-AFTRA is standing up to tyranny on behalf of its members, said SAG-AFTRA President Fran Drescher. It's so crazy to me that the nanny is the fucking president of SAG-AFTRA. Sorry, I just had to.
I don't know. The thing that messes me up is that Adam Conover is one of their main negotiating people. I mean, he is at least.
He's fucking nailing it from what I've been seeing.
Oh no, he's really good at it. But to hear him talk about it, I'm like, you're the funny guy that ruins everything.
Yeah.
Are you ruining? You didn't ruin unions, apparently. All right, here we go.
I mean, the cancellation of his show, from what I understand, is a big part of why he is so passionate about this shit.
Well, yeah, because he lives off the residuals now. Excuse me.
The overlap of these two SAG-Aftra contracts is no coincidence, but rather a predictable issue impacting our industry as well as others all over the world. The disease of greed is spreading like wildfire, ready to burn workers out of their livelihoods and humans out of their usefulness. We at SAG-Aftra say no, not on our watch. The voice and performance capture artists who bring video game characters to life deserve a contract that reflects the value they bring to the multi-billion-dollar gaming industry. SAG-AFTRA National Executive Director and Chief Negotiator Duncan Crabtree Ireland explained, voice and performance capture AI are already among the most advanced uses of AI. The threat is here and it is real. Without contractual protections, the employers are asking performers to unknowingly participate in the extinction of their artistry and livelihoods.
I will say it is, especially the voice acting thing, is basically once they have you say enough of a library, they can make you say anything for perpetuity.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit easier in video game when you're just trying to sync it up with something, some other character model somebody else modeled.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, at least in a movie or like a film, technically most of the time they end up having to put your face on the screen so you can at least get more mad about it. But you're like, is that my voice? Am I sure that's my voice? I'm pretty sure the little dude that just got shot in the corner used my oh nose. Oh no.
Video games that could be impacted by a SAG-AFTRA strike. The companies that SAG-AFTRA have mentioned are some of the largest video game developers and publishers out there, meaning a number of huge games would be impacted in some way. These games include Grand Theft Auto 6.
Like they're ever actually making.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it had the
Did
Roman numerals.
fuck with you?
Yeah, I had to like quickly
Grand
convert.
Theft Auto V? Vi. Grand Theft Auto Vi. Yes.
Grand Theft Auto 6 Take-Two, Motive's Iron Man game EA, Call of Duty Activision, Wonder Woman Warner Brothers, Marvel's Wolverine Insomniac Games, and many others. Marvel Spider-Man 2 likely wouldn't be affected by a strike despite Insomniac Games being mentioned, as it will be less than a month away from releasing when a strike could feasibly take place.
Shoot, Spider-Man
Yeah,
2.
at that point, most of the audio lines would be recorded. They'd just be working out bugs and shit.
Yeah.
I forgot Spider-Man 2 is about to come out.
Has SAG-AFTRA had a video game industry strike before? In October 2016, a strike against 11 video game publishers' developers, including some of the ones we've already mentioned, was initiated. It lasted 340 days and was the longest strike in the history of SAG-AFTRA. The union asked for residuals for video game projects, but the studios pushed back against this request as they deemed it as trivializing the work of the developers themselves. Although they eventually came to a conclusion, they were not able to secure residuals, but instead got the studios to agree to a sliding pay scale and a variety of other changes to how projects are disclosed to actors auditioning for a role. The strike didn't appear to cause any delays in projects, but Life is Strange Before the Storm did replace actress Ashley Birch in the role of Chloe for its first episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like how their argument was. No, I kind of like how their argument on that, why that strike, why they wouldn't give residuals, because what makes that's rude to the developers who made the game. I'm like, yes, you guys are also terrible to the developers who making the games too. Maybe fix that first. You are right. It is unfair that the actors would get paid more because you pay your people who make the game shit.
All right.
Yeah.
I do kind of love that was part of their argument though. Well, that would be unfair to the developers. Well, no, you're unfair to the developers.
It's you being unfair to the developers, guys.
Let me make it all fair. All of it. That'd be crazy, right? Under the same umbrella. Help them everybody out. Everybody help everybody. Oh, anyway.
Well, now we're going to get into some sad news.
Sad news. Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, it's that I died a week ago.
Yeah.
Who?
Jimmy Buffett's cause of death has been revealed, as reported by multiple places, but this particular article is coming from Billboard.com.
Skin cancer, right?
The Margaritaville singer-songwriter passed away September 1st in Long Island, New York. Jimmy... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Rest in paradise.
Hold on.
King.
Sorry, it started sending me ads to go to his website. Legit. Jimmy Buffett's website has revealed the legendary singer-songwriter and entrepreneur's cause of death. The 76-year-old musician passed away at his home in Sag Harbor on Long Island, New York on Friday, September 1st from skin cancer, according to a statement on his website, which was updated after the initial news of his death on Saturday. The Margaritaville singer had been battling Merkel cell skin cancer for 4 years, the Post reads. The disease is a rare type of skin cancer that usually appears as a single painless lump on sun-exposed skin and tends to spread quickly to other parts of the body, according to the National Cancer Institute and the Mayo Clinic. Buffett continued performing while undergoing cancer treatments, according to the statement. His last performance was a surprise 45-minute set during a McAnally concert in Portsmouth, Rhode Island on July 2nd. The news of Buffett's death was confirmed on his website and social media accounts. He was surrounded by his family, friends, music, and dogs, according to his site. Renowned for his widely enthusiastic audience known as parrot heads, Buffett, a former correspondent for Billboard magazine, had 13 Billboard Hot 100 charting singles, including 7 top 40 hits. Sorry, every once in a while it just like freaks out and does weird things.
I don't know, it's not you freak.
Including 7 top 40 hits and 1 top 10, as well as 40 entries on the Billboard 200 albums chart throughout his career.
You only had 1 top 10 song, really?
That's what this says.
And Billboard would know. They're the ones that make the chart.
I didn't know he was a correspondent for Billboard either. That's cool. He also
real quick, to be clear, I was not laughing that Jimmy Buffett died of skin cancer. I was laughing because Valkyrie chose that exact moment to start playing with the hangy things on our window, and they were making a bunch of noise.
Oh, I saw you going to take care of that. I wasn't judging.
Yeah.
Nobody laughs about Jimmy Buffett dying. Nobody does.
No.
I can't think of a single person that would be happy about Jimmy Buffett being dead.
He also built a $1 billion personal fortune with a series of Margaritaville and Landshark Bar and Grill restaurants across the U.S., as well as licensing agreements for margarita, tequila, shoes, cruises, prepackaged food items, and an Atlantic City casino.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
I watched a video recently of someone going to all the Margaritavilles.
I mean,
all of them?
I guess it does sort of make sense if Jimmy Buffett's going to die of anything besides liver failure. Skin cancer does kind of make sense.
Man, though, when they're saying like the Merkel cell and like it's a rare type, I'm like, man, that I was like,
you had a basal cell. You were fine.
Yeah, I know, but like, still, stay out of the sun and use your sunscreen, fuckers.
Merkel cell will murk you.
And then while we're on the sad train, Steve Harwell, the lead singer of Smash Mouth, also died.
Did he actually die? I thought he was just on hospice.
He was in hospice and then died shortly thereafter.
Well, I guess the years do stop coming.
Yeah, that's the exact tweet that I saw that informed me he died.
This was reported by multiple places. This particular article is from IGN. Smash Mouth singer Steve Harwell has died at the age of 56, prompting grief. I almost thought that said promoting grief, and I was like, what?
Promoting grief.
Prompting.
We want people to be real sad.
Let's do grief.
Prompting grief and tributes from the entertainment world. Post on X from the official Smash Mouth account called. Look, I'm just reading what
Twitter.
It says.
It's fucking Twitter.
He dead names his kid. I'll dead name his website.
We're not on Twitter.
Well, no, we don't support that.
If you put twitter.com, it still goes to that website. So
that's the best part.
Yeah, because he fired his people that would fix that, right?
Yeah.
Post on X from the official Smash Mouth account called Harwell, a true American original, a larger-than-life character who shot up into the sky like a Roman candle. Steve will be remembered for his unwavering focus and impassioned determination to reach the heights of pop stardom. Rest in peace, knowing you aimed for the stars and magically hit your target. Harwell passed away surrounded by family and friends at his home in Boise, Idaho. Smash Mouth manager Robert Hayes told CNN. A day earlier, it was revealed Harwell had entered a hospice following a battle with alcohol abuse. Harwell retired from music in 2021 after being diagnosed with neurological problems as well as alcoholism. Rock band Smash Mouth is perhaps best known for the song All Star, which was featured in the 2001 hit movie Shrek. Harwell appeared in a number of TV shows and films over the years, including Kim Possible, Rat Race, and The Surreal Life.
I knew about Rat Race. I was completely unaware about the other two.
You didn't know Kim Possible? Yeah, they animated him into it. He plays himself.
God.
He plays
That's
himself.
The entire band Smash Mouth is in it. I believe Dr. Draken kidnaps the band Smash Mouth, and Kim Possible has to save them. If I remember correctly, I have seen that episode,
Fucking.
and I believe that is what happens.
Well, I'll never watch the opening of Shrek the
It's
same way
supposed to
again.
come down so you can use your camera.
Okay.
Wait, you'll never watch the original Shrek again? Is that what you just said?
I'll never watch the opening of Shrek the same way again.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I thought you said you'll never watch the original Shrek again. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, I'll skip the third one, but the others are pretty good.
Is the third one bad?
The third one's the one with King Arthur, Artie.
Everything
I thought that was the fourth one.
No, fourth one's Rumpelstiltskin. Fourth one's the good one.
I didn't watch anything after the second one.
And the second one was pretty solid,
I
honestly.
only watched
the second one really fucking good.
For Puss in Boots.
It's really just for the one scene where it's I need a hero and they're attacking the castle riding the giant gingerbread man. Go Mongo, go! That or the cops, the knights, the cops ripoff where they plant catnip on Puss in Boots. They peppermill them instead of pepper spray them. It's great.
Vince, I must not cry.
Well, I mean,
I swear that's not mine.
Are you gonna watch the inevitable Shrek 5?
Unclear.
Because that got announced, I think, with the Puss in Boots movie after credits scene.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Puss in Boots movie was pretty solid.
If it's anything like that, I'm down.
It was pretty good.
It was really good.
In the first Puss in Boots.
No, and I don't even think I needed to. I enjoyed it.
No, the first one kind of blows. I do too. The second one.
Honestly, I'm an Antonio Banderas fan. I'll watch it.
That's
the only reason I watched Spy Kids was because of Antonio Banderas. And then Ricardo Montalban. That's the only reason I watched Spy Kids 2, 3D.
Spy Kids 2 and then Spy Kids 3D. Those are
Also
two separate ones.
Also, the one scene of Elijah Wood being in that and then dying immediately in the
the
next
guy.
scene.
Yeah.
The dying immediately in the next scene. Fantastic. That's how you do a cameo right there.
Right. Oh, it's great.
Built him up to be super important and
immediately dies. Whole movie's building up to him being the hero. Dies immediately.
Well, that's like...
He gives like a heroic speech and then insta gets killed.
Insta kill.
In
You gonna use a verb or a noun of any type?
Complete the thought.
With
in your nose.
Fucking what's his toes? Damn.
No, I got nothing.
I have no idea who. Are you talking about the guy that played Samwise Gamgee?
No, it's not important.
Are you thinking of Lord of the Rings?
No, not even close.
Turn back around. I want to hear.
Fine.
I want to get there now. Now I want to help you get there.
It's important.
It's not.
Oh, I know it's not important, but I want to help you get there. Was he in a movie, a video game, TV show?
Yes.
Which one were you specifically thinking of?
Was it a video game? TV show?
Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis?
And at the end of that show, when
Willow? Is that the one you're talking about?
When the guy that we were like, oh, this guy's gonna be super important, and then they just fucking killed him, and now we'll never actually know what happened to him because they canceled that show.
Did they cancel that one too?
Yeah, like a while ago.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think they even pulled it off of Disney Plus. I don't even think you can watch it anymore.
I do not know.
Really? That's pretty solid.
Well,
it's okay.
Apparently not.
Disney's doing an HBO. That's what it is.
Let's do some Community.
We have a Community.
We have Jay Gilmer.
Oh, the one that's one of us secretly?
I still don't know if it is or not. I know it's not me. I do like the 42 in there. Makes me think that it's Tom. It really does.
Well,
surprise.
This
he claims it's not.
This comment comes from YouTube, but She also messaged me on Instagram asking about Tom. I told her he would be back when he was ready.
He's taking a short hiatus. We appreciate
it. A bit of a sabbatical. Yeah. Anyway.
Wish him Godspeed.
Hey guys. So far, I've been enjoying Ahsoka. You know David Tennant is part of the show, right?
She even spelled Ahsoka right. I'm impressed by that. Most people screw that up.
There are rumors already that the show will not get a second season. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I'm fine with how it ended. However, there's already talk about doing a fourth one. Your thoughts? Regarding the digital music,
they should not do a fourth one.
I bought a bunch of.
If we get an actual confirmed fourth one, I'm done with forever with Disney.
Well, they did say Star-Lord would come back.
I don't give a shit. That's not the important part.
No, I want to see the Star-Lord Disney Plus show where it's just him and his grandpa just doing weird shit in Iowa. Yes. It's just like him mowing his neighbor's lawn, and there's literally nothing else happens at all. I want the sitcom that is him and his grandpa and him trying to assimilate into the 22nd century or the 21st century here.
That leads right into Parks and Rec.
Or that he's just Andy from Parks and Rec. He's always been Andy from Parks and Rec. Oh my god. Oh, okay, I'm accepting it. Headcanon accepted. All right, I'm in.
You're welcome.
He gets knocked on the head and then falls into the pit. All right, we're there. All right, I'm into it.
The rest of the comment, please.
Regarding digital music, I bought a bunch of Prince music via Amazon Music a couple of years ago that has magically disappeared. Has anyone watched the last Indiana Jones movie? Why is it being panned so badly online? So first, because you guys kind of jumped all over.
All right, first, Ahsoka,
yes.
It's been pretty good so far.
I knew that David Tennant was Hibba Hooba Hibba Ha.
Hu Yang.
Whatever.
Hu Yang.
And he should win an Emmy.
He's probably going to win another Emmy. He's the best part of this show so far.
With how this is going, I would not be surprised if it didn't get a second season. I'm also okay with that.
Yeah, it's almost like stories are okay to have endings.
Cool. Yeah.
We already talked about Star-Lord is actually Andy.
Yeah, that's just that now. Regardless of what Guardians 4 is about, that's what happened.
I'm in.
Yeah, I haven't. The only thing digitally that I ever had disappear was I can't even remember the name of the band. It was just like a little indie band that I came across that had some songs I liked on YouTube, and I downloaded their stuff, and it's gone now. But that's fine. Have not watched the last Indiana Jones, so I have no idea.
I have. I saw Dial of Destiny.
I have not seen it.
Don't ruin this.
I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I mean, it's getting panned because people didn't want another Indiana Jones.
Peter, what's it? Is it time travel?
Do you want me to actually answer that?
Just blank 1 for yes, 2 for no.
I already called that way before it happened. It's definitely time travel.
I'm just going to confirm. Yeah, there is some time travel eventually.
I'm saying, I called that for the name of the movie is Dial of Destiny. Of course, there's going to be fucking time travel, fuckers.
So yeah, no, that is an element of the movie at one point. But it's not. It doesn't happen like people initially thought. It was going to be like, oh, it's going to have him go back in time right away, and he's going to fight Nazis and shit. It's not what happens. No. It's not that.
No,
I actually really liked it. I know a lot of people won't like it.
Will Zach like it?
I was really hoping that it would continue the pattern.
What did you think of Crystal Skull?
He hated.
I watched it twice in theaters. I paid.
Yeah, but I mean, twice overall,
you hated it.
Overall, the Indiana Jones parts were good. The mutt parts were shit, and the weird CGI monkey scene was dumb. The alien.
Well, so there's no mutt, and the new. Like the younger character, his daughter or goddaughter I actually really liked her in this.
And movie. I didn't really have a problem with the aliens portion of it. He does weird shit. That's what Indiana Jones does. Yeah. Is he gets involved in weird shit. Yeah. But it was for me. It was slightly worse than Temple of Doom, which is what I thought was the worst Indiana Jones. So it was technically the worst Indiana Jones. Temple of Doom is shit. Fucking Temple of Doom.
I think you might have phrased that poorly. Because you said it was slightly worse than Temple of Doom. Do you mean slightly better?
No, I think it was slightly worse than Temple of Doom.
So you thought Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is the worst Indiana Jones movie?
It's a very close margin between it and Temple of Doom, but yes.
Honestly, I think if you can tolerate Temple of Doom by any stretch of the imagination, you'll probably enjoy Dial of Destiny. I hate Temple of Doom so much. That is a truly
Temple of Doom, the second one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I was hoping that it would follow the pattern of Indiana Jones movies. Every other one is pretty good.
Right. So I really like Dial of Destiny. I think it's important going in that like you accept, Harrison Ford is playing an old man here because he's an old man.
Lower your expectations of Indiana Jones being Indiana Jones.
Can't
He's more Professor Jones now than he is Indiana. Okay.
Right.
You can't.
I think we even talked about that before coming into it. That there was interviews where Harrison Ford was specifically saying, like, "No, I want this to feel like I'm an old man. Like, don't try to make me an action hero."
Because I'm 80 fucking years old, people.
Yeah.
You can't ruin my expectations if I don't have any.
It's true. If you go in thinking you're going to hate it, you'll probably enjoy it a lot more.
That's why I'm a pessimist. Because a pessimist is either right or presently surprised.
Presently?
Presently, I'm surprised that I was able to say that.
So Mutt is not present in the movie.
Did he die?
He's referenced one time, and it is an inciting incident for another part of the movie.
Oh, fine.
Yeah. I mean, do you want the spoiler? You just asked. Okay.
No. I still love me some Marion Ravenwood.
She does show up at the end.
I figured.
Again?
Yeah.
Sweet. Anyway.
I hope she keeps getting paid. That's great. She's a great actress. I can't remember her name right now.
She is. It probably won't be your favorite Indiana Jones movie. I'm guessing your favorite is probably still Raiders, the very first one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh really? So
Last
what
Crusade.
for you? Last Crusade.
That's
my favorite one too. I'm fucking known.
Fucking love Last Crusade. It's got Sean Connery, who's only 7 years older than Harrison Ford, plays his father.
Right? Asking him the question, but I answered my answer.
Oh, Raiders is great. Don't get me wrong.
Raiders is so fucking like great. Everyone's favorite one of them, but I always loved Last Crusade.
I did hate what they did to Marcus in the Last Crusade, though. That they turned him into a bumbling fool.
Yeah, a little bit. It is a bit disappointing.
A little bit, but no, it's the best one. It's so good.
It's so
I love
good.
that shit.
So yeah, it's not. You're not going to prefer Dial of Destiny to that one, but if you can still get some enjoyment from Crystal Skull and Temple of Doom, you'll enjoy Dial of Destiny.
Oh, I still get enjoyment from them.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have a problem that they nuked the fridge. That was fucking funny.
Yeah, and it was a great Fallout reference, actually.
He should have rolled out of the refrigerator in a radiated skeleton. We all know that, but it's a movie. Get over it.
Extra bit.
Remember when he was immortal for a little bit in the third movie? It's like weird shit happens.
I was saying he was technically immortal for a little bit there.
Yeah, he was.
Maybe he still had some.
He still had some of that juice going on there.
he used the last of it right now, the nuclear explosion, and that's why he can die now. There you go. All right.
Zachary.
Yeah. Well, so my extra bit. I did a little bit because we have been talking about the Sag-Aftra strike a lot, and then I like it because I don't know, it made me laugh because it's Supernatural. The creator, or the original showrunner Eric Kripke, who does The Boys now and has continued to do great, amazing things, has seen exactly $0 in residuals from Netflix and their owning of the Supernatural series.
Big fat zero.
Which
they strike for a reason.
But again, if he has made $0, that means nobody on that show has made any money whatsoever. Right. He's the guy that created the show. If he didn't get any money from it, nobody's getting any money, and that's fucked up. Because I live with a Supernatural fan, and those motherfuckers are nuts. That thing gets streamed so much, it is watched so much. How can you have not given them $0? $0? Zero. It doesn't make
I have to imagine Stephanie watches that show with the frequency that I watch Hawkeye.
Not quite that much frequency. It's a lot. There's 392 episodes. It's a little harder to get through.
Well, I don't mean like how many times you've cleared the series, just how many times you've decided time to watch this series.
She's probably cleared the whole thing like 12 different times.
Oh my god.
I could probably, if you gave me a reference, I can probably tell you when it happened anytime between like seasons like 1 and 8. After 8, my brain starts getting a little wonky.
I had
But
seen it one time through all the way, and she'll reference stuff. She's like, in that episode when he does that, I'm like, I saw it once. Give me a little more context. I'm sorry, I'm trying.
It was also because, like, so after I got into Supernatural, the summer in between every season, I would start over at episode 1 and rewatch the entire thing right up into the new season. And I did that for like several years. So,
like I said, yeah,
1 through 8, I'm pretty solid on.
So yes is the answer to that question.
She might have seen it as many times as you've seen Hawkeye. Yes, is the scary part.
And that's such a short series. I can clear that in half a day. Like,
yeah, it takes me days. And now I've got the whole Blu-ray set, and so we have to rewatch it on the Blu-ray for several reasons. One, because
Netflix has they changed the soundtrack on Netflix.
yeah, Netflix. A lot of streaming services will do that.
What happened was, it's because the original licensing of the music was for TV and DVD sales, not for streaming. Because the music people were smart. And so when it came to the streaming, they were like, now you got to change that. So that's what happened there. But also because I want to watch all the features and the funnies and this back stuff.
I just want to watch it with the original intact music playlist because it's fucking. They nailed the music. It's all the music I love. It's all classic rock and it's fucking dope.
I mean, that's happened with a few shows.
And then, like 3 Taylor Swift songs.
That happened with The House when they went on streaming. They changed the soundtrack completely because of how much licensed music they used. And that old animated show, Mission Hill.
Oh.
Yeah. It lasted for like a season. It wasn't super popular, but every episode had like a very popular song in it. So even when they started doing like DVD releases, they're like, nope, we can't do that because that's real expensive.
I forgot that they used to use a lot of licensed songs in House. I forgot that they did that.
Yeah.
Who didn't like Hugh Laurie?
Well, mine's a silly thing. So
that is a silly.
The WDW for Walt Disney World magazine, every year they release their parks calendar, and right now the 2024 calendar is up for pre-sale. So if you want to get your 2024 WDW calendar, go pre-order.
How big is this calendar?
How much are those calendars cost?
I think it's like $25. It's like
all right. So for the cost of that,
like a year ago. Remember the Disney one?
No.
Yes, you do.
Maybe.
They had all like the park facts and stuff. And
yeah, that one was pretty good.
Yeah, that's where I got that from.
Pretty good. It was a solid calendar.
Peter!
I like the calendar we have now, though, better.
So for pretty much the same price as a calendar, you can buy the Shredder's Revenge Ninja Turtles game and its DLC, which I feel like would be a better choice because you can actually do something with that.
I still use analog calendars.
I want to say I do just want to call out. I'm looking over her shoulder at her notes here, and she made a slight typo, and it just made me laugh. It's Shredder'd Revenge. Shredder'd.
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 They released the DLC just a few days ago, where it gave 2 new playable characters and essentially a roguelike like mode for the game. It's going to have the same bosses and stuff appearing, but in new stages and in new combinations.
Interesting. Intriguing.
Sweet. Well, the 8-Bit Cat Show usually comes out on Friday, except when it doesn't. It's mostly Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, review, comment. I don't know what other buttons there are, but do all the buttons. Just all of them.
Share.
That's one. Yeah. Sure.
That's an important one.
Where can the people find us?
Why do I always have to do this? Rude.
Because you were.
She knows I'm going to say Grindr again.
Grindr.
I thought you said that. I didn't say that.
I said she knows I'm going to say Grindr again.
Oh, that's true. Well, you can find us on Tinder and Bumble and Hinge and Plenty of Fish We're not on J-Date. We couldn't pass. Farmers Only. I just opened that account, so don't try and find us on there. I don't even have any pictures yet. No, but you can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. Not really so much on Twitch, but every now and then. I tried to get her to Twitch stream with me the other day, but we didn't quite pull that off. But we're on pretty much anywhere you can get your podcasts. We're on like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and I think we're on Audible. And I like to yell. And
we are in fact.
We're on Audible, right?
Yeah, we are on
Audible.
Audible.
There'll be two audio episodes coming out this week because the place where I post the things got messed up, but it's fine.
Hooray!
Until next time, my friends, geek out, be phallus, have fun.
Be phallus? What?
Be phallus!
Oh. Do I have 8 cats? Yes, I do. Do I regret my life choices? Always. But I don't regret supporting 8-Bit Cats on Patreon. Oh, I couldn't open my mouth.